A Sonic Mania dev threw a fit about free press coverage for the studio? What? That's a good thing, not a problem. What you're going to see in this situation is a struggling indie studio getting big exposure from a prominent gaming website. But then the Mania dev focuses on one little issue in the article, an omission, and then proceeds to make a whole scene about it, with a word in all caps. So for anyone that doesn't know, when you play Sonic Mania, one of the logos you see in the boot-up screen is Headcannon. You've all seen this. Headcannon is spearheaded by Simon Stealth Tomley, aka Stealth. That's the guy at the center of this conflict. And if you've played Sonic Origins' version of Hydro City Zone, that was developed by Headcannon exclusively, without the friends to Polys and Pixels alike, just the Headcannon division. So what happened after Sonic Origins that led to this? Well, aside from Sonic, Headcannon has only been able to develop one game, a $5 indie serve-up called Peer Pressure. That was the name of the game, Peer Pressure. So why hasn't a second game come out? Stealth recently tweeted an explanation that it's been a rough few months. Hell, a rough few years because of the bad state of the gaming industry nowadays. Corporate bureaucracy making things nearly impossible. Stealth wants to develop his next indie game, but he can't on account of the cost of living. But despite that, Stealth did wisely find a way to at least stay active in the industry by publishing. For example, there's a game called Rubato that was going to come out on Steam anyway, and so Headcannon is doing the ports for Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. That's a component of Stealth's involvement with this. So Stealth tweets out his lament of the gaming industry, and if a tree falls in the woods and no one hears it, that's that. However, NintendoLife.com heard this Stealth tree fall and did a whole story about it on their website page. We can see this headline here at NintendoLife.com. Sonic Mania dev laments corporate bureaucracy ahead of its next game. This article is a massive win for Headcannon. Stealth said something newsworthy, Nintendo Life brings more awareness to it, and did you notice this subheader here? Rubato launches this March. Amazing! This is what we call a free advertisement for Rubato in this major gaming journal, Nintendo Life. Everything seems great, except for one omission. Okay, the game Rubato was in fact developed by dconn, whereas Headcannon is, as we said, publishing the console ports. The solution to this is obvious. You contact Nintendo Life, politely request they update the news article, and then you're good to go. But what does Headcannon Stealth do? Here we go! We can see this on X here.
Are you fucking serious? Doesn't even bother to mention dconn in this one. Thank God I chose a fictitious business name when I registered for business. I knew I'd eventually be working with and for other people. Imagine someone puts their own name in front of other people's work.
Alright guys, let's rip off the Band-Aid. Fast. Right here you can see the Nintendo 64 game Snowboard Kids that I have here. And can you see that Atlas logo in the corner? Ah yes, Atlas. They do the Persona games. Well, you come to find out that it was actually developed by Ractim, which, dude, if you're trying to sell a game at the toy store, the focus is the kids on the snowboards. You have to be selective about how many bits of information you ask the customer to process in their brain. More than one? Atlas and Ractim? Do you want to know why movie posters don't have all the actors' names? It's because you might not see George Clooney's name when you're walking by the poster at the mall. Snowboard Kids does show the Ractim logo prominently in the boot-up, and it's even on small text on the back of the box. So with this Sonic Mania dev studio publishing, once people buy the Rubato game, dconn is in the boot-up title screen. Worry about that then. I went to the Headcannon website here, and you can see that there is a dedicated tab for publishing, but when I click on the tab for games, what do I get? You see all the important Sonic games, and oh look, it's Rubato right alongside it. I can't with this. Stealth is sending prospective customers on a scavenger hunt, and they will drift away one by one with every misspent syllable. The bright side is that there's only one reason Nintendo wrote an article about Headcannon Stealth in the first place. And it was because earlier in Stealth's career, he was touched by the hand of Midas. Sonic, he can really move. Stealth worked on official Sonic games, so if he can keep riding that prestige to get free press for the publishing house, great. The creator of Rubato, dconn, is a solo dev, and doesn't that name just seem like kind of a half typo of Headcannon? This solo dev should be thrilled to ride the momentum of Sonic to promote the game. You look at the Rubato trailer end screen, and it makes this game seem like a Headcannon thing. I almost missed the dconn scribble way over here on the other side. People read from left to right. That's basic marketing in English. Stealth maybe means well, but he's probably never made a YouTube video and seen the analytics. Do you know how fast most people click out of videos or articles on websites? Look at my newest music theory video about Pac-Man World 2 Repack. After the first 30 seconds, already half of the audience is gone. Only 48% remaining. And any advertisement for a game or an article has that same similar arc of attention. Stealth thinks it's so important for everyone to hear dconn's name, but if we then go Google search for dconn, all you get is a LinkedIn page with a top bar profile banner that has Sonic CD special stage artwork. And the personal website here that it links to is only about Rubato, nothing additional about dconn. So, Stealth, we don't need this yet. There's no there. Everything is about the frogs right now. dconn gets a prominent shout-out each time someone buys the game. You're putting the carriage before the horse, getting ahead of yourself, and it's counterproductive. It's really not worth it to make a scene for everyone. And of course Nintendo Life was willing to issue a correction. They're professionals. But in my opinion, the way the correction is formatted makes the article a lot worse. Look at this. We can see here on NintendoLife.com, after the subheader shouts out Rubato, as we saw, the next thing the reader sees is, "We've added a point of clarification to the original story below. Rubato is developed by dconn, with Headcannon on publishing duties." So see how it starts a new line with lowercase? It looks like a typo, but the official name is all lowercase. And it just looks like a typo of Headcannon. This is not information stealth. This is data. You're requiring the reader to process more information in brain neurons. So don't blame market conditions for underperformance the way Penny's Breakaway did. But everyone should check out Rubato, though. It's on Steam, $20 on Switch, and more consoles. Always, and I mean always, use a stage name. That new HBO show has the guy from Five Nights at Freddy's, but how can you get invested when it's starring the show's creator, Rachel Sennott? We're ready for the finale reveal of Headcannon's sentencing to specify what Stealth needs to do in order to atone for this situation. This sentencing now will be delivered with full confidence because my observations come after an already firm take by the real Cookie Master. We can see this on X here. When Stealth posted his rant, Cookie Master goes, "Headcannon crash out. I can't." And you know what, Cookie Master? I can't with this either. Guys, 64 likes with the Mario profile picture. Now someone's going to rush to Twitter to hit the heart button, and it'll be ruined into a 67, then a 69. Let's get this over with. Stealth, because you let your vanity go wild to put the horse before the carriage and have a neoclassical meltdown, the good news is I sentence you to this video already served. The jokes and bits I did throughout were already Stealth's atonement. If you ask me, Stealth should be thrilled about this video because it is just a thorough commercial advertisement for the game Rubato. You seeing this gameplay on screen the whole time? Demo available now. But just so you know, I would never make a video like this to get Stealth to change through intimidation. No, it's all about persuasion, not coercion. If Stealth doesn't value the advice provided here, my audience will in the meantime. I'm just coaching my own audience on how to get ahead in life by avoiding the emotional landmines involved in growing up and having professional learning experiences. Any growth on stealth side would be a bonus passive byproduct. It is not the primary purpose of this video. So go check out the trailer for Rubato, guys. It is definitely Switch 2 compatible for sure. The Nintendo Switch page for this game only names Headcannon as publisher, no dconn at all as developer. And if dconn is only Rubato these days, that means that on the day Stealth put that one word in caps, it was in reference to an unreleased game by an unproven studio that's never shipped a product. Are you guys going to be ready for the day when this person just bluntly says, "Why are you telling me your surname as if it's worth a damn?" That's a character from an HBO show that said that, created by Conrad K. and Mickey Down. Now you're playing with power. As far as the game Rubato, I approve of you all seeing these press materials for the game. Here on this terrestrial internet radio station, 91.6 FM, deep in the heart of Boston, the Alex Yard Zone, WAYZ. I'm not going to link you to the other videos I've made involving the Sonic Mania creative team. Instead, I'll just send you to my Sonic Mania review retrospective of the game itself, in which I successfully figured out why a lot of Sonic fans soured on Sonic Mania about 5 years after it came out. That's bogus. The game was always very good, and you can find out how with some call-forward spoilers for the 25% video sequel, which is also now out. Good night, everybody.